understands. Shit's too complicated. Away, and I feel like I am someone.
I got it already.
All right, Ben.
We did it all.
And we are live. How's it going? Welcome to Lunar Talk! No idea really how I'm going to do this intro because I'm not the one who's supposed to do it. Lucas is supposed to be here. That is usually our host for everybody who is supposed to understand that. But this is our first episode, so it looks like I'm Josh. This is Jay, known as Clips, a.k.a. I'm also known as Baja Rigo, but, you know, that's what I go by. But what is Lunar Talk, guys? What are we? We are an organization that has been around for a little over a year now. We've pretty much gone to great lengths to make sure we have a decent COD team. I've been in the COD scene for a competitive player for about a little plus 10 years, and I just retired last year and started up the company. So, and now we're bringing out the podcast with our knowledge and bringing out the cold hard facts. And me and Jay are going to go at it because we like to argue with each other about shit. So, Jay, want to give a little introduction on yourself real quick, a little background?
Shoot. Me and Josh have been boys for what now? 4 years?
It's been about 4 years.
Going on 5, so been teammates before, played against each other before, and now, you know, doing this is something that we've always talked about and, you know, just decided to go ahead and do this shit. So let's get it done, man. Let's get it done before these matches start. It's going to be a good day of COD today. Another good day.
It's going to be a
for sure.
fucking great day.
For
Absolutely
sure.
amazing. I honestly think, I think if Optic comes out today swinging, yeah, I can see y'all winning, but I got my boys London going over here. I have some crazy predictions to go over. Let's get right into it. I'm going to go to our predictions real quick. That's what we're going to go over first for our first points. Let's look at this. So, Jay, you and me had a bet. Let's bring that up real quick. Me and you had a bet that you did not see London making it out winners round 2. To double check, guys, look at this. I had FAZE going here. I don't think anybody saw Optic with that reverse sweep. That was absolutely insane. You were a good call on that. But Jay, explain to me what was the biggest part of why you thought London real quick on these predictions we're not going to go.
Well, I mean, the biggest thing would have to be Toronto squeaking out LA Thieves, right? That would have to be the biggest thing because we both had LA Thieves going to that next round.
This is true.
I had Thieves beating London, and that would have, you know, won me the bet because Seattle lost to Optic on the first day. So, but I mean, you know, London, great hard point team right now. They're looking really, really scary in respawn. The gunny is disgusting. You know, we talked before the season started, and you know, we both agreed that London had the best gun skill in the game. So
going into this major, hands down.
So they're looking really scary right now. If they put a couple search and destroys together, I can definitely see them winning this tournament. Now, I'm fully behind the bandwagon, but they got to get past my boys first, bro. You got to get past the green wall first. They're gonna have to break that green wall. That's the only way that they're gonna be able to get through this. Because if they get sent to losers, man, I don't know. Those two teams down in losers are gonna be tough to beat.
This is true, but I will say this about London that I've actually loved out of this whole thing. That I personally have them going all the way. For everybody who's wondering,
Yeah, you do.
I have them going all the way, but they're losing the FAZE. I have FAZE winning this just because, like, it's been FAZE. Like, I'm not going to doubt FAZE of what they've done. But Optic put everything on the turntables for that. Jay, I think you said you had 12 points. I'm right now in the lead with 14.
Yeah, 14.
But on the losers end,
Optic winning. So
on the losers end, though, Jay, let's talk about this real quick. Boston breaches run. Is that more impressive than anybody else's team right now going through in this? Like, whole bracket right now? Even though they lost to Thieves, it was a 3-2.
Well, they lost to Ultra, and they won both hard points in that match too.
But they haven't even. Well, let's not even talk about Ultra not winning a hard point yet.
but listen, man, listen. Boston played really good this event. They showed some promise. I think they give them a little bit more time, a little more reps on land. They'll be fine. We can possibly see them make it to a Sunday. It wouldn't surprise me at all, honestly. But this weekend they played good. I mean, it was short-lived weekend for a lot of teams. So, I mean, I guess by default you can say Boston had the most impressive run so far. If Optic doesn't win the major. If Optic wins their major, they've had the most impressive run so far because nobody had them winning their own major.
This is true. These are true facts. But I can say this: with the finals that we've saw, those last 3 matches, out of all these predictions, out of what would you say you would predict to go forward into the finals at this point now? Just going forward, would you agree with the bracket at this point that I have at this point for the finals? Because it's shaping up to be that way, or are you thinking a different route?
That'd be something if London just came out 3-1 Optic, get their spot in grand finals, and then FaZe just comes back on their revenge. And FaZe, they come back on their revenge and they beat Optic and losers. They beat Toronto and losers, and they come back and make that grand finals that you predicted. That'd be actually insane. I'm not even gonna lie. That'd be kind of crazy.
That'd be kind of crazy that I even predicted that.
Crazy. That's still a possibility. See, I had Optic and Thieves in the grand final, so I only have a 50% chance of being right. But this is still a possibility, and that's kind of crazy.
And if I end up getting this whole bracket correct, I'm probably 1 out of like maybe 100 in the whole world. I feel like that predicted this thing for London to go through the winners. So I had an outlandish prediction this week, guys. That was one of those crazy things for me. But
Is it really outlandish though?
I mean, you thought it was. You betted against it, so it was
1 and 2 seed. They're the 1 and 2 seed. Is that really outlandish?
I mean, no, not the most outlandish, but you didn't see them going past winners round 2.
No, I did not.
So
they went. They were 0-3 on land, bro.
We'll check out the standings real quick going into this major. Before then, FaZe. It was FaZe, London, and Thieves, Optic. That was the top 4, with Surge being number 5. These rankings probably gonna get a little shaken up, Jay.
Oh, Seattle's dropping down, babe. Seattle's dropping down, brother. They're probably sitting at about, Rocker's looking better than them. The way Awakening played this weekend, you can argue Mutineers is looking better than them. Boston's definitely.
The top 6 finish. That's impressive on its own.
So
let's get into the next topic real quick, which is going to be the CDL format. And I feel like, Jay, you have a lot of words for this. I feel like, for me, real quick, to let me have the floor, I'm going to say this. Throughout the whole CDL of its existence so far, from transition from MLG to CWL to CDL, I still like the MLG format way better, but this year's format, in my opinion, makes everything much more worth it. I think that the seedings actually matter for for the majors, like for how it goes. Like, it actually matters for how this goes. I just wish there was more matches. That's where I'm at. I need more.
Turn?
Yeah, I need more.
All right. So,
we're not in the debates yet. We're in discussions right now.
So, I have a bone to pick with the format.
True. Yeah, I know you do.
I have a huge bone to pick with the format. The online league matches are fine. I mean, the way it's set up now, it makes sense. It makes a lot of sense, but we definitely need more matches, bro. Coming from online, playing 5 online matches, and then getting to LAN and getting bounced out in one match. We spent so much money on this for that. Like, really, bro? You're gonna play 5 online matches, and because you didn't perform well online, you only get one chance to play at LAN. There should definitely be group play matches. They already added an extra day. There should definitely be group play matches. There's teams like LAG, who I feel like if they had more reps on LAN, could have, placed top 6. A team like Boston, if they had more reps on LAN, they might have upset at Toronto yesterday and still been in the game. Championship Sunday on their first tournament ever. It's a lot of teams out there where I feel like if they just get more reps, we would see teams perform better.
I could see
And
that.
that's all in the format, bro. It's all in the format.
Well, with the format though, do you think just more teams need to be in the CDL at this point? Do you think the expansion just needs to happen next year?
But I mean, what teams are gonna, pay that ticket?
I mean, dude, you can talk complexity with Tim the Tatman. He has that type of money and backing. We talk Doctor Disrespect. He has that backing. We talk Luminosity talking about that. They're already in there, but like the Cloud9, they could come back. They have that backing. If Fnatic or any of these other CS:GO orgs want to come in, they could come in at any point they want to. Also,
that's true. If we can get a 16-team league like we've been talking about, and this Challengers event goes well, maybe we just combine the two in the near future and just bring the top 8 of Challengers and then the 16 teams of the league, make it a 24-team tournament, and duke it out there. That way you have group play, you have the bracket play, everybody starts in winners, you have double.
So you're saying pool play,
the whole 9.
So you're saying pool play is super vital to how that needs to go?
Yes, pool play is super vital because it's reps, bro. It's LAN reps. Like it's got to be vital.
But then what are the league? Well, then the argument can be then what would the actual part be for the actual league matches online for the online then for all those regular seasons?
The same thing that there are now, used for standings and to see who placing.
So do you think that then they should have it only for actual champs then? That seeding should only matter for champs, because then you're saying online seeding only matters for champs.
No, it still matters because you'd still have the best team slotted with some of the worst teams. Like they may get another good team because the league is so competitive right now, but you could still, if you had 16 teams, you could make 4 groups, right? So you'd put the number 1 team in there with the 16th team and maybe the 13th team and the 10th team. Their group would be really, fairly easy, but it's doable. You still give those other teams more reps on LAN.
True.
And then the seeding, the regular season matches still matter because you still want, that home, that A side, that A team side, so that you can get your vetoes. So it's still gonna matter. The online matches will still matter. It's just you're giving more teams more reps on LAN where the matches are actually gonna count.
Well, do you think then, since Challengers is coming back, that Challengers players should be able to have the shot, but not shot at the money for the CDL format if Challengers can play if they open up the open bracket? Or would there be no point because then you would have maybe 16 teams and you could split up 4-4-4?
I'd like to see them just do pool play, but we got to see how this Challengers LAN goes. I want to see how they're gonna do it. The Challengers LAN in Minnesota, and then I want to see how they're gonna do the pros versus amateur LAN. I want to see how they're gonna do that because if the pros just shit all over the AMs, then it's what's the point of this?
I could see it, but I mean, some of these AMs are coming straight out of it. They're coming straight out and coming into the format and thinking it's fine. And like, let's take a look at Cap
That's nasty.
or some of these rookies off of London. Like, they're just coming out of AMs. Like, can you say that the AMs possibly could shit on some of these pro teams, just like Paris? They haven't won an online match.
That's a good point. Yeah, a team like Paris, but see, that's what I'm saying. Like, how is the pro versus amateur land gonna work? Are you gonna take the 12 best amateur teams and put them against the 12 pro teams, or are you just gonna have a 16 team to 24 team bracket and just see whoever comes out on top?
If I could find it, I could tell you. Click on the news. Let's go down. Let's go down a little more. I'm gonna have to scroll way down, right? Hopefully not too long.
Because from my understanding, it looked like it was just gonna be a 16 team tournament with all the teams, meaning if
I'm
you
gonna
get
have to scroll way
matched
too
up,
down.
let's
Oh,
say
man, it's not even
the
there.
first round is an
Crap.
amateur team versus FAZE. Like, well, what's realistically gonna happen there, Josh?
I mean, we both know what. I think everybody knows what's gonna happen there, dude.
Okay, so then it's like the AMs only have a chance against what? Paris, LAG, New York, maybe? Like like who do they really have a chance against?
Unless it's the top 6 versus the top 6. That's the only thing I could see. Because it's got to be a 12-team bracket somehow.
I can see the top 6 versus the top 6, but then it's like I still feel like the pros are just gonna shit all over them. Like it's gonna be bad if it's pros versus AMs. Now, if it's AMs versus AMs on one side of the bracket, and then pros versus pros on one side of the bracket, like some kind of Eastern Western Conference in the NBA type deal, and two best teams from each side meet in the middle at the championship, that kind of makes a little bit more sense. But just pros going head to head up with AMs, I don't know if that's gonna work, bro.
I mean,
I just don't
unless
see
they
that
just
working.
square up how London does, just literally right there.
London's
Fist fight
different.
It's
different, bro.
just a fist fight in the middle of the map, square up, let's go,
Different.
with guns.
Yeah, they are straight up square up, bro. That's all they're telling you, really. They told Toronto yesterday, square up.
Well, now they're telling Optic to square up. Well, let's move on into our next topic. Our next topic is actually discussing rank play. What needs to be changed? I think both of us know a lot that is pissed off the community. I know I'm pissed off. We even dealt with it last night where, what? We would go gain fucking 5 SR for going 50 and 32 on a damn map with 2 fucking minutes of time.
Man.
And you're telling me that gets 5 SR, but I lose one match and I get 20 minus. That's where I think the community's pissed. I think everything else is fine for rank play. I think everything else is fine. I think what they're implementing is fine. But I have a deep problem with that part. Like, what am I playing for? That is my question. Jay, what?
The game is trash. We agree on that.
I mean, definitely one of the not one of the best CODs in the last 4 years. Let's be honest.
Well, we don't get paid by them, so we can be honest. The game is trash. The game is absolute garbage. But
I have had fun aspects in this, but compared to what Black Ops 4 brought to the table, and then Modern Warfare, which tried to live up to the Black Ops 4 hype, did not actually live up to it just anywhere close to competitive. So then what we get? What was the last one? I forgot. Cold War. Cold War was not bad.
no,
We had a rank play system. Everything was a lot better, so we went a step up, but it was still nothing compared to Black Ops 4. And then we get this shit can. 5 months later, we're finally focused on the CDL and we're seeing how hyped it is. Like the CDL is averaging what, almost 100K viewership, and we can't put competitive to the forefront.
Yesterday they blew up, bro, and it's sad to say that because it's got to be the forefront. It's what's bringing the publicity, bro. Like, I get Warzone's huge, I get it.
I mean, dude, they have them on the damn stadium, bro. They still have a monument in freaking Caldera to them, to FaZe.
So. Yeah,
why can't we implement that in the beginning of the game? Like, I don't know if it's the coding or developers or what side, or if it's the publisher, Activision. Like, it probably really could be Activision. Activision is really fucked up recently.
I honestly don't feel like since the CDL has started that they've really included the pros in developing the game. Like, flying them out to try the game out.
Probably not since Rambo was there. Working on World War II.
Yeah, so it's like, I love rank play. I like it. It gives me a reason to play COD because I don't like playing pubs. It's terrible.
Pubs has not been fun for almost 5 years,
I like
bro.
the addition of rank play. It's just the fact that why can't we just ever get what we ask for? Why does it have to be extra shit? Like, we already have to deal with no trophies. We already have to deal with opening and closing doors and windows now.
And aim assist through walls.
Aim assist through walls. Aim assist not working when a dude is right in front of you. Like,
taking people with nades, landing right at their feet, and living with it without flak.
Yeah, like, why do we have to deal with all that shit? And then if we win, we get single digit SR.
We used to get it there. Now I understand where they implemented the whole ban and everything. Well, not ban, the whole suspending you for a game if you leave and all that stuff. Like, that leaving shit was getting ridiculous. Like, I won't lie, I was definitely a part of that. But, like, I didn't abuse it. Like, I didn't leave in the beginning of the fucking match. I didn't leave right when the map loaded. I left at the fucking end to save my SR. Like, that's how you're supposed to do it. But then, like, people started doing it. I agree with the fucking shit, but why are we only getting 5? Like, everybody abused that. Everybody. To get their rank up. Because everybody was rank grinding that shit. They were farming the fuck out of the XP.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't blame them. It's tough to win 4 games straight, gain 20 SR, and then lose the next game because of some bullshit, and then lose all that shit that you've worked an hour for.
It's not even an hour. It's like 2 hours, bro. Consider that you make 5 SR. You play what? It takes about 15 to 10 minutes to play each match. If it's a control, maybe it's 20 if it goes to round 5.
Yeah.
Like, you can easily discuss that. What, like, that all you play 7 matches. That's easily an hour and a half, right? You gain 5 SR off of that each time, right? So you get 35, and then you lose 20 off of 1 win.
Off of 1 loss.
Off of 1 loss. Then what? An hour of that was useless.
Getting off. Getting off. Like, it doesn't make any sense, bro. So that's like where I'm at with rank play. I mean, it's a great addition to the game because now it gives me a reason to play COD.
If you gave me 20 SR and then made me lose 15 or 25, I understand that. That's a good fair trade. Like, you're making me feel like I really need to work that, and my losses don't take too much, but I can't take too many. You're making me understand that.
Yeah.
But now you're making losses seem like you just can't take it.
That's the end of the world.
That's the end of your freaking thing. I'm on the podcast, sweetie. What's up? Minor setback there. Had a little bit of a mishap. It's okay. It's okay. But to finish what we were saying, though, for the rank play, though, I will say this. After everything that's happened with them doing this SR, the updates and everything, I'm glad to see the updates. But I am getting upset with how with how little my wins matter at this point. It feels like
Honestly.
that's my final take on that. So
Yeah, I'm tired of dropping 40s for the L.
So our next topic was to bring back another topic, but I want to fill this topic because I want to talk about something.
Which one to talk about, Josh? What's on your mind?
Man, I got something to say. Out of all of this whole thing with London and Surge and all these new rookies, who really is like in the front running of Rookie of the Year?
Oh, you know my answer. Joey J. Gizmo. He's gonna win Rookie of the Year, and he's probably gonna finish top 3 in MVP if he keeps playing the way he's playing right now.
You don't think Nasty?
Nasty's a good shout. He's a good shout, but
Or even Cap?
Joey G's playing. He's playing the flex role, man. That's the the flashiest role in the game, bro. Everybody loves a good flex. So
Or even maybe Pred? Sib?
Fred's flashy too. Sib fell off. He fell off big time for me, man. He fell off big time. So if he can bring it back, online matches isn't gonna do it for me. You know that, Josh. So he has to bring it back in Major 2. He's gonna have to come with some fire. I want to see 1.5 Sib again. And then maybe we can start talking about him being in the Rookie of the Year conversation. But as of right now, it's got to be top 3. Got to be Joey Gizmo. I'm gonna go Joey Gizmo, Nasty, and Nero. My top 3 rookies right now.
Joey, Gizmo, Nasty, Nero. I go Gizmo, Nasty, and Cap. Nero's number
Cap
4.
Over Nero?
Cap over Nero.
Cap over Nero? Okay.
And the only reason why I'm gonna go Cap, yes, Cap has.
Some love.
I will say this: Cap has been inconsistent in a lot of different games, and Nero's been consistent throughout almost everything he's playing. But the difference between them two on Boston is the fact that I feel like Cap is an X factor. When Cap goes off, Cap takes over the map for the team. He says, all of y'all in my bag, I got you, I'll carry you, okay, don't worry. We've seen the man literally drop 36 and 13 on a map before, almost. It was around there, 17 or something like that. Saw him drop 40 on freaking Bocage. Oh, just about, dude takes over maps for that team at times. So that's why he's in my number 3 over Nero. Nero is definitely there, though, just off of what he did off his land for Boston. It wasn't really Cap. It was Nero and Methods making. No, Methods was. No,
this was Methods weekend.
The Methods revenge tour real quick.
Yeah, he wasn't playing around. But
he was over here. Bottom left. Straight yelling.
That map 1 that Methods dropped that bomb on Toronto. Nero was right behind him with 30 kills. He was piecing this weekend, bro. Nero was piecing. Trying to find his stats against Paris.
Here, we can pull up the stats. Let's pull up some stats real quick. You said for who?
Nero against Paris.
Let me go player stats, right? Yes, sir. Player stats. We'll go down here.
1.26 through the whole series, 106 kills and 10,883 damage. He put on a show. He also had a 1.55 on that Tuscan Control with 34 kills. He was having his way with Paris. So, I mean, after this weekend, him showcasing that online, yeah, he's got to hit my top 3, bro.
And Nero is, where is he at? He's at 0.95 overall. He's averaging 25 kills per hard point. Not bad, actually. He's averaging also about a minute of hill time for the team, too, throughout the whole season. He actually is doing a lot. Cap's at a 1.0, man. I don't know. We'll disagree to agree on that. It's a tough call, man. That's a tough call. But
I mean, it'll be the same for me. I mean, I'd have Cap fourth. Trying to see.
But
Sibin Pred dropped for me, man. No cap. Like, I'd put them behind Dav Patty.
Dave Patty's entered into the top
now.
10 overall.
Right now, I'd put them behind Dav Patty.
Well, let's get into the next discussion, which is out of our main topics, which G Fuel will be on the line for these.
Yes, sir.
If we decide to do a bet right here, if we really disagree on something, I'm gonna pressure you on that one. So, well, first topic of the day, that the main one of the main course is FaZe or LA as number one, which, well, Optic might be number one right now, or even London, but let's just go off of what we see for the season so far, if we're still going off of whole season stats.
Let's do this off hard point.
We could do this off a hard point, but if we
both saw them they both each won one yesterday against each other. Who's the better hard point team right now? FaZe or Thieves? Who you got?
Better hard point team?
Better
FaZe.
hard point team right now. FaZe?
FaZe. And the reason why I have FaZe is if we go over, let's go, whoa, where's this? Okay, let me go here. If we go over to their team stats right now, and we go to Atlanta FaZe, the Atlanta FaZe is 11-5 at hardpoint overall for the whole season so far, and LA Thieves are a ridiculous 19-4. But this is where it fell off for me. That last match, if I could find it, that match was ridiculous. Oh, why is it this? Oh, I can't find that real quick. I'll get it up here momentarily. But that last match, Jay, let's be honest. Gavitu, what is supposed to be LA Thieves' playground. Am I wrong?
Yes, sir. No, you're not wrong, but
so,
you're definitely correct.
So, and we watched FaZe win this match against them. And where my problem is where if you have this stream up at all, this hard point back here where they ended up trying to break for no reason. Let me go back a tiny bit. This hard point right here, P4, in the back tree house on the first set of rotations, Thieves had to lead by almost 20. So they take this back four and they break 14 seconds. That 14 seconds costed them a whole 60 for P5. And then the P1 got mixy after that. That's where they messed up. And this whole problem I have is that Thieves can go up against everybody else and square up to them on hardpoint, but when it comes to FaZe, and I feel like the same thing would be with London, and when it comes to straight gunny, they have problems. Like if this was Optic and any other team like that besides London and Thieves, London and FaZe, they would absolutely I just don't know. I think that personally FaZe is better at hardpoint. I think London's even better at hardpoint than Thieves.
Okay.
At the moment, not overall in the season, but at this current moment, FaZe is better.
Well, you gotta think. FaZe lost. Which hard point did they lose the Optic in?
FaZe. I think it was Gavitu. I'm not sure. I can go back and check.
So they're 3-3 in Gavitu right now.
Okay, go out there. I love you. I'll be out there soon, okay?
3-3 in Gavitu right now. And they beat Optic on Berlin? Or did they play Tuscan Hardpoint first?
Let's see. Where was it at? I can't see that series, can I?
Should be able to. Here, I got you. Don't worry.
I'm trying to see, where is it at? You said Optic versus FaZe, right?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, let me pull it up real quick. I got it. So Optic ended up losing on Tuscan 250 to 177. FaZe ended up winning also to Berlin 6-3. Then Optic ended up winning Control, best control team in the game right now, hands down, no discussion right there. 3-2. Optic then won Gavitu, 250 186, and then 6-0.
FaZe also won the Gavitu against Thieves.
Yeah.
All right, but FaZe lost the Tuscan to Thieves. So FaZe right now is actually 3-3 on Gavitu and 4-4 on Tuscan. 1-0 on Berlin, 5-0 on Bowcage.
No, they're 4-2 over the season on Bowcage. Thieves are 4-2 over the season on Bowcage.
I'm talking about FaZe. So
FaZe, yeah.
They're 50-50 in 2 maps already. Whereas you go over to Thieves, they're well above 500 in every map, on every map in Hardpoint.
Oh no, no doubt.
They're clear cut the best Hardpoint team in the game.
It's just if they were gonna prove it to me right then, they should have won the Gavitu and sent FaZe packing. And that did not happen.
I mean, you won. They're 7-1 on Tuscan.
6-1 on Tuscan and 7-1 on Gavitu. They were seven.
So they beat they won the Tuscan. So they're 7 right here. And they lost the Gavitu. So they're 7-2. 7-1 on Tuscan. So now Tuscan's their best map.
There's 7-1 on Gavitu.
They won that one. What's Optic's record on Gavitu?
Optic is on Gavitu. Hardpoint is 1-2. They only won against FaZe.
So they would be no. They have another Gavitu win.
These are all updated stats. They updated them from last night. I'm pretty sure Breaking Point GG, courtesy of them, by the way. They updated this. I'm pretty sure. All of that's changed right now. Because they were 0-2 before they ended up going in that Gavitu and winning yesterday. That's my argument only for FaZe.
So they lost the Bowcage and lost. Okay. So then wait, what they play on this map? Bowcage. What did they do to Toronto? Bowcage. Okay, for sure. What about Paris? Bowcage. All right.
I mean, what do you have to say though? Like for real. Like I mean, that's my biggest thing.
These are still the best hardpoint team in the game. They beat Optic on Gavitu and Tuscan.
Because what's to say London's not better than Thieves yet? We haven't seen that.
No, they're not better than Thieves.
I mean, Celium was nutty for that. That little pistol thing.
He's an idiot.
That man said. That man literally said on that rotation.
Although they haven't lost a tusk.
That was him turning Super Saiyan right there. Level 9,000, man. Level 9,000. But we gotta go on to the next subject, Jay. I'm not gonna put any money on that right now for those G Fuels for that.
I think London's got to do more for me. I think because Thieves has so many hard point wins, you got to put them number one. They have 19, bro. 19 hard point wins. Kind of insane. It's
insane, but it's just you lost your best map on one of the biggest stages.
I mean, we all lose our best map some days.
Should have been that day. Should have been that day.
2 losses on it. They have 7 wins.
Yeah, there's 7 wins.
They have 1 loss on it actually.
Yeah, and that came yesterday.
And 1 loss on Tuscan. They have 1 loss on both these maps, and they're just obliterating all the rest. Like, nah, bro, they're the best hardpoint team in the game, bro. Come on.
All right, well,
topic.
Let's go to the next topic. Next topic is, does NYSL need a change? Jay, I'm gonna let you have the floor. I'm gonna let you have the floor on this. I'm gonna lay the floor on this first. I know you got a lot to say about this one.
No, I don't have a lot to say about this one.
Nothing.
Hell yeah, they need to make a change.
What needs to change then?
And get Clayster and Krim out of there. Bring Neptune back, get Clayster and Krim out of there. Bring Neptune back, get Clayster or Krim the hell out of there. That's all you got to do. That's step 1. I don't know what the other steps are.
Because, I mean, Clay's not leaving. Krim's not leaving. That's a fact, and Paco's not leaving.
Well, then the team's not going to get better. They're going to be sitting down there with Paris the rest of the season.
We talking about bringing Neptune back? Because that's what I personally think. I just think they need to just run with Neptune.
Change for this team is not going to work.
So you think a 2-person change? Well, not a role switch, maybe?
Nope. What role swap are you gonna make?
Maybe make Clay. Maybe no.
Stop it, bro.
Put Krim on sub. He can run it.
With Hydra being the flex again?
Yeah. Hydra's proven he could do whatever the hell he wants in this game. He literally was Walt Chamberlain for a match for an L. To go 3-0. Imagine. This man. Let's show that stat. This man went against LA Thieves, squared up, and literally was a Walt Chamberlain, Kobe, everything, the greatest player of all time for one fucking series, and got swept. He got more kills than literally all the team combined, like more kills than everybody else in the game.
That should be more proof that it can't be a 1-person change. They need to drop 2 of these players on NYSL right now. It's
so then which one does okay?
Or Clay.
So would you say Clay or Krim then at this point? Because if we go by stats, by players, let's look at this real quick. If we go by stats for players, which I brought this up to you many times, which is really a shocking stat actually. We go over to the overall KDs for the whole season right now. You got Krim 6 at a .92, averaging 22 kills per 10 kills in hardpoint. And then you have Clayster at a .86 over the whole season. It's not like they're very far from each other, so who's more vital on that team then? Because Neptune and Royalty are not answers if you're saying that. Like, Tom Gravity should have been picked up for this team because that man had an amazing debut.
Ooh, don't know about that one.
Hey, he literally won a fucking game for them.
No. Tom Gravity had an amazing debut. I don't know if an AR would have been the. They should have got Jimbo.
Didn't they sign Jimbo?
Should have got Jimbo.
Or did Paris sign Jimbo?
Jimbo's still out there, and there's no confirmation that he got signed with Paris. He's still out there. But you need to drop. It sucks to say this, and it pains me to say this because I love Clay, but history is just gonna keep repeating itself, man. The more you keep playing with, more you keep surrounding yourself with Crim Six, bro. You've been dropped from every team that you've played with Crim Six on.
I mean, but he won and then got dropped.
What does that matter? Every team that you've played with Crim Six on, you've gotten dropped. So history's gonna repeat itself, bro.
I'll actually put some game fuel on this. I say Crim does not retire this year, and I say Crim is not the change. Yes, Millie, what's up?
Clay's gonna.
Okay, I'm on live stream. You gotta go, sweetie. I love you. I'll be out there soon. Okay.
Clay's gonna get dropped. I don't think he retires. But then again, if he gets dropped, who picks him up?
If he gets dropped, he's getting picked up immediately by somebody.
By who? The only place I can see picking him up.
Major, he could say he could trade place Major Maniac.
No, Major Maniac's nasty right now. He's a better AR.
He's at a .94 for the whole season. He's not much better than Crim.
He's better than Clay right now, bro. Major Maniac's nasty. He can go to Seattle and make that team better.
How? Lamar's like the only AR on there. I don't even know how that would work.
You trade him out for Lamar.
And put Lamar on New York?
No, I think Lamar should go back to Paris.
So what, a three-way trade? Because then how are you going to do that? How is New York going to do that?
New York is just shit out of luck. Hey, they are, dude. Like, what do you want me to say? Like, they are. Because if you drop Clay, he's gonna be fine. Do you honestly save him? You get him out of that shitty situation.
I mean, let's look at the stats real quick for their whole team real quick. And you didn't even want to look at them yesterday, but they are 3-12 for the season in hardpoint. 5-6 for S&D. 5-4 for control.
Wait, they won a hardpoint this season?
In the regular.
Oh wait, hold on. When was this?
They won.
When did NYSL win a hardpoint? Oh, these stats are false. They haven't won a hardpoint in the last 14.
I'm pretty sure they won in the beginning if they're counting the kickoff.
Oh, hell no. Why are we counting the kickoff?
I mean, that's what I think they're maybe counting. That's the only thing I could think of.
Yeah, they won a bow cage hardpoint in the kickoff classic. And then another bow cage hardpoint.
And then a Gavitu.
And then a Gavitu against Seattle. But this is all kickoff classic. That shit don't matter. Nobody cares about that. You get to the qualifier, my guy, and they have.
We're 0-14. We're 0-14.
So I mean, what are we talking about, bro? Like, royalty never belonged here.
So then, what?
He's not the issue. He's just not the answer. Like
so then, the only option would you see for New York is picking up Jimbo and seeing if that works, and if that doesn't, then making it off with Clay.
If you're gonna do a one-player trade, you got to go and get somebody top dog. You got to go get one of the top flexes. I mean, not the top flex, one of the top subs in the game. That would be.
Or like Zaptius. Right? What about Zaptius? He's a sub.
He's nice. He's nice, but I mean,
you could even argue with like Mochila and Co over there.
You got to get a nasty sub that's going to be able to keep pace with Hydra. Neptune was that guy. He just wasn't performing. So you got to get a good sub that's going to perform and that can keep pace with Hydra. If you want to keep this 4. Otherwise, this 4 is not going to work.
All right.
If you want a hill bitch, like they actually want, they want a hill bitch, like royalty is. He's a hill bitch. Like it's you can see it doesn't work. Not with Crim and Clay. Not in this kind of game. Not gonna work.
I mean, well,
One of them have to play more objective. They need a faster sub.
I think
If they're gonna want to play together.
I will say this. Are you gonna say Clay's gonna hang it up this year? Because I'll put G Fuel on that one if you think so. Because I don't think so. I don't think Clay's hanging it up this year.
Retires this year. I'm not ready to say it yet. I feel it's on the horizon, but I'm not ready to say he's gonna hang it up yet. Not yet.
Not yet? Alright.
Not yet.
Well, let's move into the next topic. Our next topic is going to be Optic and Surge. We got to talk about these Optic highs real quick and these Surge woes, bro.
Boy, Optic smoking that Pine Park because they they high up there, boy. What are we talking about right now? Best team in the game? Maybe?
Are we saying Scump winded back the clock, maybe? He turned back the clock.
Bit.
Father Time said, hey, Abizi, sit down. Hold this for me. He said, I'll play AR real quick. When's the last time you saw this?
Man, Scump did it all yesterday. He looked really good. And he looked good against Seattle, too.
Are we going to say, like, Scump, actually, this is, I'm pretty sure I brought this up to you a couple days ago. Would you say that Shotzi is actually pushing Scump to be better than he's ever been at this point? Because I'm at the point that Scump actually, even if he's averaging, like, a bad KD over the whole shebang, he's doing so much for this team, even as illy as like an impressive turning around his stuff. Like as I said, I was worrying about how Optic was in the beginning of the season just because those game fives like shouldn't have happened. But
Josh,
Optic
just clicked in my head. Oh my God, this just clicked in my head.
What?
You remember when I told you that? Remember you said, "Is this like the Dallas Cowboys when?"
The Dallas Cowboys of Micah Parsons literally lighting a fire under DeMarcus Lawrence. Is this same scenario?
What about KD and Steph Curry? What about that comparison? Because we've seen Scump by himself for the past couple of years put up great stats, but could never get the job done. He's had great teammates as well. So has Kevin Durant. Put up nasty stats. Couldn't place higher than third. Just couldn't get it done. He gets Shotzi. He goes and plays with Steph. KD goes and plays with Steph. Championship. Instant championship. That's what I see with this team now. That's what I see with Scump. He's playing out of his mind with an AR too. He's able to do everything. And then he's going double negative. He's going double positive while Simp and Abizi are going double negative. And we thought that was only possible if they played classic. Look what Scump did to him yesterday. Holy shit. Can you say tuck the kids to bed? I mean,
dude, that Gavitu was ridiculous. That man took over a map on hardpoint by himself with an AR. When is the last time we saw Scump pull out an AR and said, hold this?
We saw him pull out an AR at the kickoff classic against LA Thieves, and it did not look
it looked dude, I was like, don't ever pick it up again. Never. I don't ever want to see that again. That was...
Man.
What, was he back in the lab working real quick? Well, we already know Dashy was.
We've heard that countless times over and over from Optic. They've been in the lab working.
Do we think that Surge? Do we think that Surge versus Optic, like, would have gone the way that went?
I had them 3-0.
I had that 3-1 for Optic. I was all for that.
I had it 3-0. I firmly believe in the Optic momentum train right now. I don't see them. Like, if they win 2 straight, I don't see them losing the third one now. They've already been reverse swept this season. First game of the season, they got that jitter out the way. That bug's gone. They got over that sickness. They're cured. They're coming out. They're winning series. And then they just reverse swept FAZE. So I can't. I mean, and then
So
look
you
at
can
the
see
Seattle
Optic.
side.
So you can see Optic keeping their momentum. Because this is my thing. We saw, if we go by what Huntsman was before Optic was Optic back in this league, they came out swinging in the beginning and then just came out flat at the end of the year. Do we see that same thing happen this year? Or do you think this is Shotzi lighting a fire, like our analogies over here with the Marcus Lawrence, Micah Parsons, KD giving it to Steph over here for Steph to be like, look at me, I could do it too.
Well, no, this team is built to compete for the whole year, I believe. I don't think that it's just them gonna be hot in the beginning of the league. They were down 0-2 to start yesterday against FaZe, bro, and they were able to come back, scramble back, claw back, whatever you want to call it, and make it out of that series. So, I think they're built for the long run. I think it'll be a great start to the year.
That's really cool, sweetie. Millie,
Their
yeah.
feels. It'd be a great start in the year and how they're feeling because they got the dub. Because they got the dub at their at their home series, but yeah, they're I feel like they're built for the long
So
run.
then, okay, as a Surge fan, if you are one, I don't know whoever really. I mean, okay, let's be honest. Their fan base has been very. I fuck with Surge. I like their branding. I really like their branding. I think the branding's really sick. I think their decision making's maybe behind the scenes and the management side has been questionable at best.
They're putting too much pressure on the rookies, and it's not working in matches. And then within the match, you're putting too much pressure on accuracy to clutch up.
I mean, he is still the ice man. He's still proving he has the ice.
We saw that.
He has.
He's clutching up. But I believe he clutched up against Italy. Did he not? In a 1v1?
He clutched up. Yeah, it was against Italy.
I think he did clutch up against Italy in a 1v1. But nah, that's beside the point. I think when are we gonna start putting the pressure on Mac to perform like we saw him perform
in the beginning of his debut?
Modern Warfare.
Of his debut. We haven't seen that. We're seeing spurts of it still. We're still seeing spurts.
We see spurts, but when is it gonna get consistent?
This is the question. Was it ever consistent?
What did New York place at Champs?
At Champs? Let me
in Modern Warfare.
I'm looking right now for you.
Because I mean, they didn't they win their home series in his debut tournament or some shit like that.
Where's it at? Kickoff Classic. Wait, they're not even showing it. Wait, where's that? I can't see that.
It's alright, don't worry about it. Wait. Right there. Go to 2019.
Where?
Timeline. Go to 2019. Under history, you see timeline? Under history. No. Yeah.
This has the people so retired.
Keep going down. That Vanguard, or you gotta try to change that game. What is that?
Oh, for complete results. Here we go.
Cool.
Cold War, right?
No. Modern Warfare. We want Modern Warfare.
Yeah, Modern Warfare. 9th to 12th. Wait, no.
Yeesh.
No. 7th to 8th.
Okay, that's not bad. What about Cold War?
Cold War. 5th to 6th.
Okay. And I believe they beat Optic.
So
I mean, he's just got to get more consistent, bro. I think that's where the team's gonna struggle is him and his consistencies.
I just think we've not seen his full form yet, bro.
But when are we gonna see it?
I just don't know. Are we ever gonna see it? We have to see it sometime. At some
I
point.
mean, Pred and Sib have fried all season.
Sib slowed down, but I think that's just because the rest of the league's caught up.
Yeah, and
that's where I'm at.
It's hard to remain the best flex in the game. We saw
especially at in this game, a sub-heavy game. Well, every game has been a sub-heavy game, but this one's definitely like.
Yeah, it's hard to remain the best flex in the game. We saw the best flex in the game yesterday get smacked.
All right. Well, let's move on to our last two topics before we get to the rapid fire debate. So, who is the best in the game right now, Jay?
Let's go Optic.
Who? No, we're not talking teams. We're not talking teams. We're talking players. We're talking players, Jay. We're talking. We Simp. Well, we talking Cell maybe. Envoy, Shotzi, Hydra. Who are we talking right now?
I'm gonna go.
If it's too hard to choose two.
I'm going with Shotzi, but I have another category too. Because remember, I was telling you that Envoy is the best sub in the game. I've upgraded him. He is the most important player in the game today.
Most important player.
If Envoy goes off, 9 times out of 10 Thieves is winning that map. Like, they're winning that map 9 times out of 10. We've seen times where Simp goes off and FaZe loses. We've seen times where Simp doesn't do great and FaZe win.
But what's to say Salium's not the best right now, considering he still has the best overall KD? Simp dropping 93 kills and like 23 deaths overall in a freaking whole series.
KD isn't everything. And what's Simp's head-to-head record against Shotzi? It's not good. So I'm taking Shotzi right now as the best player in the game. I'm gonna just leave it at that.
Okay, so for me, right now as stands, I am actually going to be putting Hydra right now as the best in the game.
I love that pick.
And I would love to say Envoy, Shotzi. I would love to go all this, but the stuff that Hydra's doing, my man, this is probably the most craziest thing I've ever seen. Even though he's way down here on the list at a 1.03, this man is Walt Chamberlain on the map for New York. I mean, we're talking
up 26 a hard point.
He's putting in 40 and like 13 for L's.
Like, guaranteed he's gonna get 30. That's a walking 30 bomb every hard point.
Anywhere. And like the most amazing thing I've ever seen this man do is literally take over a map for an L. Every map he's been playing, he takes over for an L. And we either see Krim or Clay or just honestly Royalty, in my opinion. I am saying it. Royalty is not the answer. But
definitely not.
But that's getting off topic. But that's the thing though. Royalty's not the answer. Hydra's been the answer for this team. And that's my biggest argument on who's the best in the game. I don't think we've seen people take over games the way that man takes over a game for his team. If he had just the smallest slight bit of sub help, not from Neptune or Royalty, if he had an Abizi, it's over. That team probably can be a top 3 contention easy. Not even a suggestion, not even an argument.
Could you imagine if Kleenex would have went to New York in the offseason when they had the free agent rumors and all that? If Kleenex would have ended up on New York, how scary would they be?
That would probably be. Kleenex has been on one this whole season so far.
Can you imagine squaring up with Kleenex and Hydra?
That's kind of scary. We're talking straight beams with subs across map for no reason.
It's kind of frightening, not gonna lie. But yeah, I like that pick. But if we're not gonna live in fantasy land, Simp's the best player in the game right now.
That man.
It's just boring.
But you just said your. So your opinion is Shotzi. My opinion is
Shotzi.
But you think the actual opinion of most of everybody's gonna be Simp?
It's Simp, bro. Simp's the best player in the game. I mean, you can make an argument for Celium, but I mean, in my opinion, if I'm Celium and I have Simp and Abizi running in front of me, and RCD's right there shooting with me, like my KD better be high. You know what I'm saying? Like I have no excuse not to have.
So would you be willing to put some G Fuel on this? That would you say that Simp gets gets MVP at the end of the season? Because I'll go this far. I say Hydra gets MVP of the season if New York turns it around. I'll literally put.
You'll put Do on that?
Oh no, not Do. I'm not putting no Do. I'm putting G Fuel, boy.
Oh yeah, G Fuel. You're right.
We ain't undisputed. We're Lunar Talk.
G Fuel for Hydra not winning MVP, bro.
If he plays like he is right now the whole season, I don't see what the argument could be against it if New York turns it around. That's only if New York turns it around.
If they turn it around and can't beat FaZe or Optic, then what? Like, if they turn it around and just be a top 3 team, then what? Can he still win MVP?
Yeah.
I don't think he
can. He won MVP.
That was, I mean, but they won a fucking grand final and was in the grand final damn near every other time after that. So
yeah, but why didn't Simp get it? He had the highest KD overall that year with Celium.
Boring. Boring picking Simp every year, bro.
Hey, people can get mad. Hate. That's like picking LeBron, bro. Every year.
Listen. He won MVP in BO4 after playing 2 events. The most disrespectful thing I've ever seen in my life. MVP after 2 events, right? Modern Warfare won MVP again, and I don't even believe he was the best player in that game.
I think Shotzi was. I think Shotzi was the best player that game. That one.
And then Cold War. He barely didn't win MVP, bro. Barely.
That's because everybody didn't want to see it anymore, dude. Exactly. But you can't hate the GOAT, bro. That's like everybody hating LeBron right now, dude.
So, like I said, he's the best player in the game, but it's boring picking him all the time. Like, we know he's the best player in the game, but we want to see, you know, we like seeing these other guys do good. And Shotzi actually plays Simp very, very well when they go up head to head. He's actually probably his biggest competition. And then, but I mean, like when you got 4 MVP caliber players, RC not really because he has to take a step back.
I mean, RC's literally put him in the back for literally 2 maps.
He has MVP talent. We can say that, right? We can agree on that. RC's has MVP talent.
I'll go there.
4 MVP caliber players on the same team. Like, the league's gonna want to get every one of these players an MVP. Simp and Abizi already have one. Sale's probably gonna happen this year if they continue to play like they're playing. And then RCDs will come sometime later. But they're gonna try and get all these players MVPs.
I don't know. I could see Hydra getting it if New York turns it around. But Simp, if he gets it, he could get it this year easy. The man dropped 93 kills in one series, bro. Almost 100, damn near 100 by himself, with not even dropping more than 40 deaths. I'm pretty sure.
Without trying.
No, he was trying. Let's be real. Dude was definitely trying. But
it didn't look like it.
I will say.
I like that pick. Hydra. I appreciate.
We'll keep.
Simp
We'll keep it. We'll keep where we're at. I know you really thought I was gonna go with the Simp over there.
Yeah, I did. That's why I went Shotzi, and I'm glad you didn't. So we have shots.
Well, it was really what when I really look back at what this man did in the tournament, I have to go back and I have to really look what he did in that tournament. Even though he only got to play one series, this man was a Walt Chamberlain, literally walking.
It was unlucky. It was unlucky because just imagine if they would have won one more league match, right? I think they needed to win one more league match to get the 10th or the 9th spot.
And played a different team, you think?
And they would have been playing Boston, who they've beaten on LAN already, or they would have played Seattle,
Which they probably could have won that one.
Who is on a low right now. That might have been easier matchups for Hydra, but because they had to play Thieves, kind of unlucky. You know what I'm saying?
True. Oh, I almost dropped my phone. All right, well, let's get on to the last topic. LAG, man. These gorillas. Really looking like gorillas, actually. Not knowing what the fuck they're doing on the map. Slasher looking like... I honestly have never seen this man play a worse series in my life. I'm even going to pull that up on for the stream right now so everybody knows what we witnessed. If anybody watched that match, it was not pretty. Versus Rocker. That was
actually pretty pissed.
I've never ever seen anything in my life.
Can we get a shout out for these intros? They did a really good job for these intros.
They really did. These intros were actually really nice.
Like really entertaining intros this year. Not even gonna lie. They
stepped up the production value. I think the CDL really has their intros are great.
Ultra still has the best intro by far for the second year in a row, but
that intro last year was hype. I even
every intro is pretty good that I've seen so far. But Ultra definitely have the best intro.
But Gorillas though, man, we gotta talk about this, man. What do they need to do? What needs to happen? Because this is 3 years now since this league has started, and Gorillas are bottom of the barrel team every year, and this is the best roster they've ever had. Like on paper, this roster should be top 6 at least.
Definitely.
And they can't figure it out.
They're all hovering right there by a 1.
Slasher dropped a 0.5 for this whole series, I'm pretty sure.
More than likely.
I've never seen Thanos not be Thanos. He snapped himself out of existence of this match, bro.
Slasher had a 0.65 KD overall. 15 kills per 10 minutes. Boy was struggling.
Like, awful. This man...
struggling.
This man had the worst series I've ever seen. Versus Minnesota, and Minnesota is what we've said this many times, even last year to this year. It's the same. They are the dark horse. You never know when they're gonna show up, and when they do, they're on one. It's just a different team.
Minnesota before this series haven't won a game 1, so I think that's where the tone was set when they came out and punched Gorillas in the face and won that game 1. The series was pretty much over from there. Like there was no bouncing back. You got you're 7-7 in hard point, so that's your best mode, right? Yeah, it's a 50-50 coin flip for you in hard point. You're 50-50 down the whole spiel. Berlin 3-3, Bocage 2-2, Gavatu 1-1, Tuscan 1-1. We move over to the search and destroy. You haven't won a single map on Bocage search. You haven't won on Desert Siege search, and you haven't won on Tuscan. In Berlin, you're 3-4 right now. So that's got to get fixed. You would think that their search would probably be their best game mode, right?
You would think. They have some of the best search stars to exist right now.
And then control can be a little bit better, but they're doing okay. Gavatu 2-3, Tuscan 1-2. They're doing all right there, but You gotta close out in that game one. You should never give that up to Rocker. They don't win game ones. That's not the kind of team they are. So you gotta win those. And Search and Destroy has to get better. The
Well,
bright
did we
side at the
say
end of the
Slasher
tunnel
hangs
is
up?
that-
Did we say Slasher needs to hang it up now?
No, not at all.
You don't
The
think
bright
so?
side at the end of the tunnel, no. The bright side at the end of the tunnel is that Slasher's teams usually get better at the end of the year. This team is gonna be good by champs if they keep this roster.
They've got to go back to the lab, though.
Yeah, they definitely got to go back to the lab, watch some VODs, review some shit, because there should be no way you lose that game one to Rocker, for one. And you got to start winning Search and Destroys. Got to. And I believe they lost both hard points to London too, didn't they? Yeah.
Well, I mean, London is the best break team in the game right now. We can't say anything about that, which you did not even see that. But I will say, London's just winning Game 5 after Game 5. Their Game 5 record has to be impeccable right now. Straight impeccable. Talking top tier. Like, FAZE. Think about that. FAZE, I don't think could even stop them. I don't think they can hold against London.
FaZe the best hold team in the game. They gotten broken a couple times yesterday. Not even gonna cap. By Optic and
By Optic, and Optic's not even known as a break team like that.
no, they're the second best hold team in the game right now.
And FaZe is number 1.
Mm-hmm.
I will say though, London's going to be on one in this game. I think we're going to be in a great series for that. But LAG, something's got to change. I don't know if a role switch needs to happen or what, but it can't be a Seaman gunless the whole time. Huke's got to be Huke, in my opinion. I think that's the main thing for this. You see flashes, but where's Huke? Where's Huke the nuke? Because I see Huke the poop right now. Straight shooting nuggets out here, bro.
They'll get it together. I have faith that they'll get it together.
I think Thanos lost his power ring, bro. Cause he don't got that. He don't got that power stone no more, or whatever it's called. I forgot. No Marvel reference, I guess. It's been a while.
I don't know.
Wait, what if? Hey, wild. What if you switch Clayster and Slasher? Just do that switch.
Crim 6.
Just do that whole switch.
Slasher and Crim 6 is gonna work.
You never know.
Josh.
At this point, both of these teams are in the blender. What do you want? I'm just throwing spitballs here.
I love that move. I love that move for Clay. He's back with Asim. Maybe they can rekindle things. He's got another nerd in Gunless that's gonna help him, direct the troops and play the right game. And then he has Hook again, who he liked playing with. So I like that move for Clay. However, no.
I mean, dude, it's the only trade I can even think that would help any teams at this point to see, like, fuck it, because New York needs to make a change. We've discussed that. And Gorillas have to switch something. And if it's not the roster...
It's got to be their coach. What if they go get Revan? You said it yesterday.
If Revan...
Go get Revan.
But Revan just got fired for being a terrible coach.
True.
Revan got fired for literally... he's literally listening to his vets. He's listening to his players and letting his players control his team when he's the one who's supposed to be making these moves. We see literally what freaking J-Cap did. He said, no, Slasher, this is not your team, this is mine.
Okay, but that's Slasher. J-Cap's been on the same team with Slasher, and Slasher dropped J-Cap, benched him.
Yeah, and then what happened? The reverse happened.
Yeah, J.
And then J. Cap dropped him.
That's more like some petty shit. I don't.
But it worked. But it worked in J. Cap's favor. J. Cap saw something.
I get that. But if J. Cap was the coach of NYSL and he tried to drop Crim 6, that ain't happening. B, you can forget about it. So that's not happening, man. Revan's not gonna be able to drop Crim 6. He's not gonna be able to talk over Crim 6. This team should have never happened. The front office of New York should have never let this team happen, but they did. So the only way to now fix it is if you go and get Jimbo, or Krim miraculously becomes a great sub and you go and get Brezzy at flex, and then you bridge the gap between English and French. I see those two things making New York a better team than what they are right now. Any other change? Nah.
All right. Well, that does it for our main discussion. We're going to the rapid fire debates for everybody. The rapid fire debates, this is a thing where we take 30 seconds on each of these topics, and we're supposed to be awarded a point system, but our freaking host never showed up, unfortunately. He even said 1 o'clock. He has not messaged me back, unfortunately. I think he wanted to get some, some action.
He's gonna see.
Well, whatever. The man should have been here. He'll be here next week. We're making sure that we are live. Going to be every Sunday. These are going to be going up on YouTube. But rapid fire debates, 30-second questions. We are, I guess, going to have no point system this time because we are going to be both stuck in our own ways or agree with it at this time. I'll go down first though. 30 seconds on the clock. Who's better on FaZe, Simp or Cell? I love you too.
You going first or me?
You going first, man. 30 seconds. You already wasted 5.
This is easy. Simp is the better player. Easy.
Simp's the better player? I'm disagreeing with you, man. Cell is the better player. Cell.
Like I said before, Simp has a harder job. His KD is right there with
Cell is the better player, and no matter what you tell me right now, the man has the top KD over the whole league. And it's been that way for a month.
Top KD in the league because Simp and Abizi are running in front of him, making everybody weak.
All right, we'll go to the next one. How many majors does Optic win? Did it win at home? Did it win 3? How many did it win, Jay?
I got him winning this one so far. I don't know about
you predicted him.
Or 4 or all. I got him winning this one.
How many total over the whole season? We talking?
I don't know, man.
I got 2. I got 2. I think 2 just because they're riding this wave. Riding. I say 2. I say this one and another one somewhere.
I can fuck with it.
All right, go to the next one. Who's worse, LAG or Paris?
Paris is worse, but they're not far off. They're right there. I see light with them. They'll be fine.
All right, well, I don't know. I think LAG is worse just because these KDs, these are some out. They got to figure it out. I think Paris is starting to figure it out with Tom Gravity. I think that was proven.
The best player out of all the 8.
That's true.
So,
okay. Yeah. Well, let's go to the next one. I'll go to yours. Who is the next challenger player to be picked up? Who?
About it earlier, going Jimbo.
You going Jimbo? Do you see Chino making it? Do you see Chino? Chino making it back
in challengers.
He got dropped off a sub, but like Chino is a great addition anywhere.
Okay, are we counting subs? If he gets into the league as a substitute, does that count?
We could do that. Let's do that.
Okay, yes, he'll make it back into the league.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who is the hottest rookie right now? Right now, hands down.
Joey Gizmo.
Gizmo? You really think Gizmo?
Riding the wave.
You're riding that wave. I'm going Nasty.
Best flex in the league.
I'm going Nasty. Nasty is he's been consistent. Consistency is what's winning that for me right now. Straight disgusting. All right, well, let's go to the next one. Is it a good time to be a New York fan? We're talking like all sports. We're talking subliners. We're talking Knicks, Jets, Mets, Yankees. We talking all. Is it a good time?
No, not at all.
I would hate to be a New York fan. I'm not a New York fan of anything. I'm a Denver Broncos fan of the NFL over here, and at least my team is looking a little bit better than NYSL and anything else.
For New York, I feel
they're doing better than the Jets, so I'm fine.
Oh God! All right.
All right. Is Scump the LeBron of COD?
No, Simp is.
You say Simp's the LeBron of COD. I say Simp's like. Then would this be it? Would Scump be the MJ? Because then who's MJ if Simp's not MJ? Because I say I say Scump is the LeBron. He's the king. He's got the title. He's been the clutch king. He drops down numbers when he wants to. We just saw LeBron drop 56.
We definitely did see him drop 56, but this nigga. We did see him drop 56 for the dub, but nah, Simp's career path is more like LeBron.
All right, we got to go to the next one.
Up there.
Will we see the return of the Optic FaZe rivalry?
After yesterday, Josh, it is back, baby. It is back. Optic versus FaZe rivalry. It's back. We have a good ass chance to see it again in the grand final this today. So let's hope for it, and let's keep this shit going.
All right. I'm gonna say it's back on. I'm gonna agree with you completely on that, especially after yesterday. I think FaZe wants that revenge tour on Optic right now. We'll go to your last one we got. How many competitive matches over these last few days could be over how competitive these matches have been the last few days? Could this be the best competitive year ever we've seen in COD?
Okay.
I'm gonna go first 15. I personally say yes, and the reason why I say yes is because I don't think we've ever seen so many Game 5s that have been this close in comparison. The only thing, in my opinion, we had close was LA Thieves coming from the losers bracket in Black Ops 4. That's the most competitive that I've seen it, and this is the most competitive that I've ever seen it now, and I think that's because friendships are ruined over these last 2 years. Go.
I can agree. I think that it could be the best season that we've ever seen. As of right now, no. Just because there's not enough matches, or the longevity of the season. But if it continues to go the way that this weekend went, and every LAN is hype, it could go down as possibly the best season that we've ever seen in Call of Duty.
All right. Last, is there a Tom Brady in esports? We talking CSGO everywhere from League of Legends. Is there a Tom Brady in esports for anywhere? Are we looking at maybe a Crim6? He's supposedly the GOAT. Like, what are we talking? Are we seeing a Tom Brady? Because me, I don't see it. I see no Tom Brady. I don't see a Tom Brady in esports. I don't see Tom Brady's whole career being replicated in any sport. That man has done something that I have never seen happen in football. I've never seen happen in sports. Going to win most of your Super Bowls, having the most Super Bowl rings ever as a quarterback, and at 44 playing like you're 24. We haven't seen any other player in even esports play at an old age like that, unless you consider maybe like the Pistola, but he's even fallen off for Optic, even for Halo. Go.
Yeah, exactly what you said. No, I don't think there is one or ever will be one. I mean, the closest that you can pretty much throw up there would be like Ogre 2, Grim, guys like that. That's above 35 championships, but we're talking about a 7-time world champion. Like, this is not just a tournament, any rinky-dink tournament. No, this is the big one. The Super Bowl. He's a 7-time world champion. And I don't think that's ever going to be done in a video game, let alone an esport. So, yeah, nah.
All right. Well, that does it for the show, guys. Anybody who came in, we appreciate you. Sorry for the lack of a host. We have to kind of host our own show today. But stuff will change. Production will get better a little bit. And we will keep it going, and we'll make sure to be back here this Sunday. Yep, the Lunar jerseys are out. Those ones are not out. We'll be getting a version of those up here soon. Those are old designs. New designs are up in World Game Aware. Thank you for breaking.
We get 200 more followers on Twitter by Friday. I'll autograph this and send it out to somebody.
Oh, well, there you go. You heard it first. And that's one of the rare edition jerseys that we got. Pretty much going to be out there. But yeah, I appreciate everybody on the show, and we hope to see y'all next week.